Okay, in today's video, I'm going to walk you through a few use cases that you could have for Lovable, either as an aspiring product manager or an experienced product manager that has been putting off Lovable. For those of you who don't know, Lovable is a vibe coding application that is from beautiful Sweden of all places, and they're actually doing very, very well. If you don't know, they have some very serious backers. As of December 2025, Lovable is a rapidly growing Stockholm-based vibe coding startup. Current valuation right now is 6.6 billion. They have reached $200 million in annual recurring revenue (ARR), and the key investors are Capital G, so that's Google, Menlo, Accel, and then you also have Nvidia's VC arm, which is N Ventures. And it's absolutely crazy what they have been able to go ahead and achieve in the very short amount of time that they've been around. But more importantly, with all the hype around it, one of the reasons why they have so much hype is just take a look at who the investors are. Nvidia, for one, Google, Salesforce, Databricks, HubSpot, Atlassian, right? So Atlassian is the company that made Trello, Confluence, Jira. These are some very experienced players in the game that are backing these guys in Sweden up. So, of course, with Nvidia and Alphabet, it's in their interest to see that that Lovable as a business is successful. So, what can you use Lovable for? Well, if you go to Lovable actually has some use cases, and if you go over to the top navigational panel, the first user or target demographic that they want to hit are founders or people that want to go ahead and start their own app. The second group are product managers, and they're being very intentional that you can turn your ideas into interactive prototypes in minutes, aligns your team faster at working demos instead of endless specs. So, if you take a look at all these other companies that are using Lovable too, like 11 Labs, I'm going to go ahead and do a use case interview, a use case tutorial with them as well. HubSpot, all these other companies, you really can go ahead and build your own prototype very quickly within minutes. So let's go ahead and actually get to some of the use cases. We decided to go ahead and do 4 use cases. Build a legal AI co-pilot, because recently one of the people that's taking our program has an interview with Harvey AI. We decided to go ahead and do a fintech prototype. We decided to go ahead and do an e-commerce prototype, and we decided to go ahead and build out a cybersecurity dashboard. 4 prototypes that you can go out there and whip out. As you can basically see here, for this first one, we have a legal AI co-pilot, which basically has all of the information from a deal that they're putting together, recent documents, all over here to the left. And then we have the original document here. And we also have an AI summary where you can go ahead and actually just get to this wherever, okay, so I'm looking at this. Okay, this is actually the summary. This is actually the summary. So it's actually summarizing all of the best parts. Right, we were able to go ahead and build this out. Before, lawyers would go out there and actually do this with actual pen. Some of the software that they're using was pretty, I would say, outdated, or it wasn't as good as what we have now. We also have this fintech. Dashboard here, where it's called GrowCap. You can go ahead and enter in how much money you want to go ahead and actually save. $5, $10, $25, $50, and then you pop it in there. And then you basically just watch it grow. And then you also have a leaderboard here. Let's just say you want to see who can save the most money between all of your friends. This was pretty easy to go ahead and put together. Another use case that I actually had was basically this. An e-commerce dashboard right here. And it was to go ahead and solve a problem. We have a 70% drop-off rate. Okay, what we can do here is, if we have a 70% drop-off rate, what can we go ahead and do? Let's go ahead and do express checkout, almost yours. What can we do to go out there and increase urgency? We can prompt this right now all into Lovable. Hey, we only have 3 sizes left in your size. Do you want to go ahead and get it right now? Hey, you unlock free shipping, right? Hey, we actually go out there and have these checkout details, and check out this one little thing here, this one little feature that we just added. We have secure checkout, free returns, 2-day delivery. Oh man, it's kind of embarrassing. It actually, we were supposed to have this pop-up that comes out as soon as your cursor leaves the screen, but it didn't pop up. That says like, hey, you can go out there and get a 5% discount. But with that said, this is actually another use case that we could have in terms of a prototype. What else can we have? An incident reporting timeline visualizer. So this is actually something that cybersecurity people will go ahead and use. Recently, we just had an outage for AWS at the time of this recording. So you can actually go ahead and log in. All right, at my time right now, it is currently 8. Actually, no, I'm gonna go out there and log military time. And we had outage, right? And an optional detail, I'm gonna say human error. Okay, and then I'm gonna drop down here, execution. I'm just gonna say, okay, eradication. I'm gonna go ahead and add it. And as I have basically everything here, it's gonna show up, hey, outage. And I'm gonna say lessons learned, human error, describes the root cause. I'm gonna say Joe made a mistake and accidentally opened the wrong email. And I'm just gonna go out there and go do this. And I'm just gonna go out there and add, okay, human error, Joe made a mistake. And this is actually something that's very simple. So we have, a few use cases for 4 different verticals, right? Ultimately, what can you do with this information? What I would recommend is, first things first, is reach out to me on LinkedIn to sit in on a coaching call, join our cohort. Because if you haven't seen my most recent video about the hottest job in tech is writing words, what companies really need are product managers to tell stories with these products, because not enough people are actually using them. With the amount of people on earth and with how much is dropping with AI, there's close to 7 billion people that have never ever touched an AI tool ever. So if you actually show that you know how to use these products, that you can get people to use it, that's what companies actually want right now. It's for product managers to demonstrate that they have these core competencies, but to help them acquire customers and users. Get them using these tools, get them on these platforms and keeping them on there and keeping them paying. So the best thing for you to do to either help convert your next job, actually demonstrate better competency, or even attract maybe a product manager opportunity from Lovable, is to actually, come on in, because we're doing this every single week on our calls, is message me, say you want to sit in on a coaching call. And then after that, we'll put you on a coaching call. But what we're doing right now is we are creating these side projects. And more importantly, I made a list of the CEO people, the growth members on their team, tagging them on LinkedIn, tagging them on Instagram, tagging them on X, and saying, hey, I built this, and showing them that you are going to be like a really good brand ambassador for them, because that's what they want. Even as you're going through their page right now, they still, with 192,000 followers, they still want, out of 7 billion people around the world that can use this app, they still need more people. So come help me spread the word. Message me on LinkedIn. Let's go ahead and chop it up to see if it's the right fit for you to go ahead and join our program. Looking forward to speaking with you very, very soon. Let's get it.